Hello, YouTubers. Welcome to World Cinema Reviews. This is your host, Frank the Vamp. And tonight, we are definitely awesomely going to talk about another entry of the horror month, which is about movies that mess with your mind. So, we're talking about psychological thrillers that will leave you like, what? Will leave you really, and one of the a pretty good entry, which a lot of people, I think a lot of people don't talk about, critics don't like it, and I beg to differ, and I want you to give this film a chance. The film's called Dreamhouse, and Dreamhouse is directed by Jim Sheridan. And before, now James Bond, Daniel Craig, Rachel Weisz, Naomi Watts, and the film is actually, it's one of those films again that when you go at it, you think one thing, and it will say, WTF moment. You will just gonna go like, what are you doing? Why is this happening? And the movies, let's talk about the plot before I start, saying anything else. So we got Daniel Craig being this, successful businessman, which is quitting his job to spend more time with his wife and two young daughters. And they go into this dream house, which everything looks, the American dream, awesome. Everything's perfect, everything's beautiful. But something's off. The neighbors are acting a little weird, and that brings Daniel Craig to investigate, and turns out that there have been some murders in his house before he got there, apparently. And turns out that someone killed a woman and two daughters and two children, and then that person apparently, was captured, not so clear of what happened to that person. And basically the movie takes you to strange apparently paranormal phenomena. There's some weird, hunting type things, and that's where this could have been an average, scary, spooky stuff going on, and then they find out who did it, and then there's there's your average, called an exorcist, and and there was an exorcism on the house, or that type of thing. But it's not what you think, and I think that's what's gonna mess with your mind. Of course there's a gigantic twist that's gonna go on, and it's hard to guess. So watch and pay attention closely, and it will mess with your mind when you find out why the twist, which of course I'm not gonna reveal. Why do I like this movie? Well, I haven't been the biggest 007 fan now with Daniel Craig, because I love 007 movies. I love James Bond's movie, but I don't really like Daniel Craig. But he's actually great in here. He actually shows some range and some emotion, and when you see what he has to go through, the grief of something that happens in there, he really shows it. And I saw for the first time something, and Rachel Weisz and Naomi Watts are awesome. They're really, really great. So the acting, even the little girls who usually are the ones, the weakest link, they look so natural. The family looks so happy. There are some spooky moments on this, but it's more about messing with your mind. So if you want to find out the twist of why this may not be such a dream house, perhaps you may want to watch this. I think I give this somewhere between a B minus and a B. It's actually a pretty darn good movie. I don't know. I still don't know why people don't like it. Some people, because it's really slow paced. Perhaps it takes a while, but I think it's suitable for what it needs to be, because you need to see why. And when you watch it for a while, it'll be like there's something off about this. So anyhow, well, hope you like this video. If you like it, great, awesome. Please like me, or and please put comments, because I love comments. Even if you didn't like me, please comment, because I want to know what I'm doing wrong, if I'm doing something wrong. And of course, if you like my video, subscribe. See you next video, and enjoy horror comedy month. I mean, sorry, horror month of the movies that mess with your mind.